coffee's gone cold, but I still wait. Like somehow you'll walk through that door again. There's an empty coffee cup sitting where you left it last, a little stain upon the table, a little piece of our past. Morning sunlight fills the room, but never warms these walls. Without your quiet laughter here, the silence echoes through it all. I still make 2 cups every Sunday, then catch myself halfway. Some habits don't disappear, they just slowly fade away. Steam used to rise between our smiles, now only memories remain. Funny how the smallest things can carry so much pain. This empty coffee cup still knows your touch. It holds more love than I've forgotten. Every crack inside the porcelain looks a little like my heart. You left without taking anything except my favorite part. I sip the bitter morning slowly, trying not to think of us. But every lonely sunrise starts with this empty coffee cup. The radio plays our old song, soft enough to almost hide. I pretend I'm reading headlines while tears gather in my eyes. Outside people hurry by, living stories of their own. Inside this little cafe, I've never felt so alone. The waitress knows my order now. She doesn't ask me why. She only fills my mug again and offers one small smile. Maybe healing isn't loud, maybe it arrives this way. One quiet morning at a time, one ordinary day. This empty coffee cup still waits for you somehow, like the chair across the table that nobody uses now. Every drop that's left inside, taste of things we couldn't save. Some people leave a memory, you left a life I gave. And every lonely sunrise starts with this empty coffee cup. One day someone else may sit here, sharing stories, sharing life, but no one will ever know how you once made mornings bright. I'll never erase your picture, just learn to paint around the space. Some love doesn't disappear, it simply changes place. This empty coffee cup no longer makes me cry. It reminds me that we lived, even if we said goodbye. The coffee may grow colder, the years may drift away, but every sunrise taught me love was worth the stay. So I'll raise this final sip to the dream we used to know, then leave the cup upon the table and finally let it go. The cafe opens, the city wakes, a new customer walks in, and for the first time I smile back. There's a record spinning, but no one's dancing anymore. Just a crackle of yesterday and a melody that never left. I found your favorite vinyl hidden on the bottom shelf. A little dust upon the cover, like time protecting itself. The needle drops so carefully, a soft hiss fills the air. Then suddenly the room comes alive, like you were standing there. Your coffee mug is long gone now, the flowers turn to stone, but this old record somehow knows how to make a house feel home. Every scratch across the chorus has a story of its own. Imperfections make the music feel less lonely when I'm alone. There's dust on the vinyl, but the song still plays, like a love that never really leaves. It just changes shape with age. Every pop and every crackle sounds like echoes in the rain. The music keeps you close enough without bringing back the pain. Dust on the vinyl, still spinning anyway. The curtains sway beside the window, golden sunlight on the floor. I catch myself smiling softly, like I never did before. I don't rewind the memories, I let the record turn, because some lessons only matter when you finally learn. Outside children chase the afternoon, their laughter fills the breeze. Life keeps writing new verses on forgotten melodies. disco records made to carry every groove. The deeper all the scratches, the richer they can move. There's dust on the vinyl, yet the rhythm still survives. Every worn out little moment keeps forgotten dreams alive. No need for perfect harmony, no need to start again. Sometimes broken music is exactly how we meant. Dust on the vinyl, still teaching me to sing. If tomorrow brings another love, I'll greet it without fear. Not because I lost the past, but because it brought me here. Every goodbye carved a groove inside this beating heart. Now every new beginning knows exactly where to start. There's dust on the vinyl, but I won't wipe it clean. Every mark is part of who you and I have been. The record slowly reaches silence, the final note takes flight. I lift the needle with a grateful hand, step into the light. Dust on the vinyl, memories in a song, and somehow they still belong. The record stops turning, the room falls still, but the melody keeps playing somewhere inside me. One more glass, one more memory. The bottle knows my name tonight. Bartender don't ask questions, he just pours another round. This old jukebox keeps on playing like it knows where I've been found. Smoke hangs low above the table, moonlight slipping through the door. Every sip brings back your laughter, every drop makes me want more. Tried to drown your memories, but whiskey learned to swim. Now every lonely midnight just pulls me back again. Whiskey and memories burning slow inside of me. Your ghost is dancing in the amber light where my eyes can barely see. Every bottle tells your story, every silence calls your name. I'm drinking to forget you, baby, but forgetting ain't the game. There's your shadow by the window, or maybe that's just rain. Funny how a broken heart keeps replaying all the pain. Your perfume still lives somewhere in the jacket that I wear. Even when you're miles away, I still find you everywhere. I traded peace for one more taste, one more lie I tell myself. But every empty glass I raise just puts your picture on the shelf. Whiskey and memories keeping company with me. The night gets older, I get colder, still you're all I see. Every crack inside this bottle looks a little like my soul. I've been trying to mend the pieces, but they never fit back home. Maybe then these fading echoes won't keep wearing your disguise. But tonight this lonely bar stool feels like home enough for me. Whiskey and memories, the only friends that never leave. One keeps my hands from shaking, one won't let my heart believe. If tomorrow finds forgiveness, maybe I'll finally be free. Till then I'll sit here quietly with whiskey and memories. The bottle's almost empty now, but your memory never is. The last drop hits the glass and sounds just like goodbye. Sunday morning, the coffee's hot, the cigarette burns slow, and for the first time I don't mind being alone. Blue smoke rising through the kitchen, dancing with the morning light. An old radio in the corner plays a song from '79. The newspaper spread across the table Half the headlines pass me by. I'm too busy watching sparrows, sketching circles through the sky. Your memory walks in quietly, takes the chair across from me. But this time we don't speak a word, we simply let it be. Some ghost only visit to make sure you're alright, then leave before the coffee's cold, disappearing with the light. Blue smoking Sunday morning, floating through an open door. I don't chase what used to love me, I don't need that anymore. The silence feels like music now, soft as an old symphony. I found a little piece of heaven in the company of me. Blue smoke Sunday morning, teaching my heart to breathe. A vinyl spins another classic, it scratches singing low. Every crack becomes a heartbeat, only old souls seem to know. The neighbors wave while walking dogs, children laugh across the lawn. Life keeps blooming without asking who stayed or who moved on. I water flowers on the windowsill, the ones you used to tend. They've grown taller through the seasons, guess healing does the same. You can't rush the changing weather or tell the leaves when to fall. The strongest trees I've ever known still bend before it all. Blue smoking Sunday morning, wrapped around this quiet place. The empty chair no longer hurts, it's simply empty space. The kettle whistles in the distance like an old familiar friend. Sometimes peace arrives unnoticed, never has to end. Cups of coffee, open windows, and disappearing fears. The world's still turning slowly, no need to chase its speed. Everything I thought I lost has grown into what I need. Blue smoking Sunday morning, golden through the kitchen glass. I'm finally learning how to love without holding to the past. The sky is wide, the road is open, the breeze carries no regret. I smile into another day, the best one hasn't happened yet. Blue smoking Sunday morning, a brand new page begins. The coffee cup is empty, the cigarette burns out, the radio fades into static. I open every window sunlight in. Some words are too heavy for the mailbox, so they stay folded in a drawer, waiting for a heart that no longer needs them. There's a stack of faded envelopes, bound with a ribbon turning gray. Every page begins with "Dear You," but none were on their way. Ink stains linger on the paper, like rain upon our window pane. I wrote them through the lonely nights, trying to outrun the pain. Some spoke of quiet coffee mornings, some confessed the things I feared, some just held a single sentence: I wish you were still here. I used to think if you could read them, you might come back someday. Now I know these words were written just to help me find my way. These are the letters I never sent, full of borrowed time and regret. Every page a little lighter than the moment when it was kept. I seal them with forgotten tears, address them to yesterday. But healing isn't getting answers, it's learning what not to say. Letters I never sent still help my heart speak. The old desk creaks beneath my elbows, moonlight spilling on the wood. I read one from a winter evening when nothing felt any good. You'd smile at all the bad handwriting, the coffee rings and crossed out lines. I guess love isn't always perfect, sometimes it's simply trying. The clock keeps ticking toward tomorrow, while the fire burns down low. Some stories don't need endings, they only need letting go. Every folded piece of paper carries pieces of my soul, but I don't need to mail them now, I've already grown. These are the letters I never sent, written more for me than you. They gently shake your hand and smile, thankful that we lasted. 'Cause every unwritten future started with a goodbye, and every unopened envelope helped me learn to fly. These are the letters I never sent, no longer filled with pain. They're little maps that led me home through every storm and rain. I place them back inside the drawer, close it with a gentle hand. Not because I've forgotten you, but because I finally understand. The candle burns its final inch, the room grows still, the drawer stays closed. And somewhere beyond these quiet walls, a new story waits for blank pages. The rain stopped hours ago, but the window still wears your reflection. There's a blue window in this old apartment, looking out across the silent street. I stand here every evening, hoping our memories and tomorrow might meet. The paint is cracked around the edges, like promises left out in the cold. Every scratch upon the glass knows a story never told. The wind keeps whispering your name, like it never learned goodbye. And every cloud that drifts above still carries pieces of the sky. Some people chase the sunrise, some people run from rain. I'm just staring through this window, trying to outrun yesterday. Blue window, tell me what you see. Is she somewhere thinking of me? Does she still stop when the music plays? Or has she already walked away? Every reflection fades with time, but yours still lingers in the light. Blue window, keep my secret safe until the morning breaks the night. Across the road an old man whistles a tune I used to hum with you. The melody floats through the evening air, like something broken but still true. I found your scarf behind the sofa, soft with traces of your scent. Funny how forgotten things trace your initials in the fogged up glass, only to watch them disappear. Maybe that's what healing is, learning not to keep you here. The city's full of open doors, your mind stays half closed still, waiting on a shadow that never climbs the hill. Ooh, blue window, tell me what you know. Where do lost lovers go? Do they become the evening breeze, or hide inside the falling snow? Every crack catches moonlight, like silver running through old pain. Blue window, hold this lonely heart until it learns to love again. Let the sunlight flood the room. Maybe fresh air can carry away the perfume of old wounds. Until then you'll be my witness, watching seasons drift and change, a silent frame around a life trying to rearrange. Blue window, I can finally see the man I used to be, not the one who waited endlessly, but the one learning to be free. The rain has washed the glass so clean, the stars are shining through, and for the first time in forever, I don't just see you, I see tomorrow too. The curtain moves with the night breeze, the room grows quiet, blue window stays. But this time I walk away smiling. The night has done all it could. Now the sky's learning how to breathe again. Maybe this is not the end. Maybe this is the beginning. Watch the stars fade one by one, like old regrets losing their fight. The moon slipped quietly behind the hills, giving way to morning light. My My coat still carries yesterday, dust from roads I used to roam. But somehow every step I take feels a little more like home. The wind no longer calls your name, it only whispers mine, as if the world has been waiting for me to cross this line. I spent so long chasing shadows, afraid to face the dawn. But every broken road I walked was leading me along. Before sunrise, I found myself hidden underneath the pain. The heart that once was falling apart has learned to beat again. Every scar became a story, every tear became the rain. And now the morning paints the sky with colors I can finally name. Before sunrise, I was lost, now I'm found again. The coffee tastes a little sweeter, the silence doesn't feel so loud. Even lonely park benches look different in the daylight now. I pass the places we once knew, they smile without regret. The memories don't hurt anymore, they're simply places that we met. An old musician on the corner plays a slow, familiar tune. This time I don't break down crying, I simply hum along. Maybe healing isn't forgetting, maybe it's learning to carry the weight without letting it pull you under. Before sunrise, I found my way somewhere between goodbye and grace. I stopped looking for yesterday and finally saw my own face. The sky keeps opening above me, blue replacing shades of gray. Turns out hope was always waiting, just one night away. If you ever think about me, I hope you smile instead of cry. We were never meant forever, but we were worth the try. Love didn't fail us completely, it taught us how to grow. Sometimes letting go is the greatest love we'll ever know. So I'll leave the window open, let tomorrow fill the room. No more hiding in the darkness, no more waiting for the moon. another chance to wake. The sun climbs over distant hills, golden on the avenue. And with every breath I whisper, thank you for everything we went through. Because without the night, I never would have loved the morning. The birds begin to sing, the city slowly wakes. A painter opens his studio and stretches a blank new canvas. I pick up my guitar, I smile at the sunrise, and for the first time I write a song that isn't about losing, it's about living. I watch the stars fade one by one, like old regrets losing their fight. The moon I spent years looking for home, in cities, and people, and memories. Then one quiet morning, I found it beating inside my own chest. The suitcase by the doorway still carries faded tags, miles written in the leather, stories packed in every scratch. I chased horizons endlessly, thinking peace was somewhere new. But every road I wandered down was slowly leading back to truth. The old mirror in the hallway shows silver in my hair, not a sign that time has taken, just proof that I was there. Every broken mile behind me built a bridge beneath my feet. Every lonely night became a place where I could finally meet me. Home is the heart that heals, not the house upon the hill, not the town where love once lived, not the dreams that stood still. It's the quiet after thunder, the sunrise after rain, the courage to forgive yourself again and again. Home is the heart that healed, and mine still beats. The cafe knows my order now, the baker waves hello. There's comfort in familiar things I never used to know. Children ride their bicycles past gardens full of spring. The smallest ordinary moments feel like everything. I pass the place we first met, smile instead of turning away. Some memories stop hurting when gratitude decides to stay. The river keeps on flowing, the seasons always change. Maybe growing older simply means learning not to be afraid. Home is the that healed, and so am I. What saved my weary soul? I'll tell them it wasn't fortune or finding something whole. It was learning broken pieces can still reflect the sun. That healing isn't finishing, it's simply carrying on. The road still bends before me, I walk it without fear, because every step reminds me I'm already here. Home is the heart that healed, still beating through the years, stronger for the storms it faced, softer through the tears. The midnight finally fades away, morning fills the sky. I don't need another version of the man I left behind. This heart has learned to carry hope, this soul has learned to sing. Every ending gave me roots, every loss gave me wings. Home is the heart that healed, and that's where I'll remain. The coffee is warm, the guitar rests by the window, the front door stays unlocked. Not because I'm waiting for someone to return, but because I'm no longer afraid to welcome whatever comes next. The birds begin another song, I hum along, and somewhere beyond the hills a new story begins.